In verse 61 means the second doubt. 59 was agreeing with the existence of the soul. 60 was where the soul created with the body, creation of the body, and the soul destroys with the destruction of the body. Answered from 62 to 67. Now this is the 68th verse. So what is that? So in verse 61, the disciple had raised the doubt that the object is seen to undergo modification every moment. Therefore, all objects are momentary. Soul being a conscious object, soul is also momentary. Looking, and it is proved. How is it proved? Looking at the feelings of anger, etc. in him, which changes every moment. At least the intensity or the passion itself changes. Sometimes anger turns into a little bit, you are praised by the person you are angry on. If he starts praising you, you'll feel love. It's funny. So, looking at the feelings of anger, etc., which change every moment, you don't want to see your wife's face at some point of time. And suddenly, lust or love, and you just don't want separation. So, this changing, and if you minutely observe it, changing is every moment, at least in intensity, if not variety. Sometimes in variety and sometimes in intensity. The disciple feels, so it is not blindly like influenced by the Buddhist philosophy of the doctrine of momentariness. He experiences it in, and the disciple feels the soul is not eternal, rather it is momentary. So explaining the true nature of the soul, the Guru says.
आत्मा द्रव्ये नित्य छे पर्याये पलटाय बाळादि वयत्राण्यनु ज्ञान एकने थाय.
Atma, so talking about Atma in this verse. So Atma meaning the soul. Dravya nitya che. Dravya as a substance, dravya as a substance, it is eternal or it is unchanging. Paryaye, looking at its state, paltai, continues to change. The state continues to change. It's called modification. It modifies every moment. What modifies? The state of the soul. The substance is eternal. As a substance, it is eternal, but its states continue to change. Example, Baladi, Bala means childhood. Bal Adi, Vayatranyanu, Tranya એટલે ત્રણ. So, childhood, etc., 3 stages. We learn which are the 3 stages. Childhood, Bala, Adi, etc. Childhood, etc. ત્રણે એટલે 3 stages. જ્ઞાન એકને થાય. Knowledge of all the 3 states are known by the same entity. That is the soul, that is the eternal soul. Very simple. Short meaning is almost the same. The soul as a substance is eternal, but its state continues to change. Childhood, adulthood, old age are different stages of life, but the eternal soul, which has the knowledge of all the 3 stages, is the same throughout. It seems the Guru now ventures into another territory. જેવો શિષ્ય તેવા પછી ગુરુને. So, to prove the eternity of the soul, now he ventures into another territory. Because the doubt is such, so he needs to. And states very, very clearly that the body constantly undergoes changes. Body continuously undergoes changes. It transforms itself through childhood, through youth, old age. Yet, the soul which animates the body through all these changes is the same, constant. So, the soul carries the knowledge of all the actions of the three stages, the consequences of his actions of all the three stages, he carries, but is singular in its identity. When it comes to be the identity, the knowingness, that is the identity, is singular. It's not plural. It's not different. It's the same. So, it enters the body. Kaun? Soul. Soul enters the body, accompanies the body on the road called life. At one point, departs, which we call death, and then finds another body to animate it. Barabar? In all these changes, it remains constant, consistent, continuous, changeless. चार आज रखो चलो चार सी बोलो तो अपूर्व जी the soul remains slowly constant,
continuous, changeless, consistent.
consistent. Aput se aput in all these changes બાલાદી વય ત્રણ્યનું હોય કે એક ભવથી બીજા ભવનું હોય, in all these changes the soul remains consistent. It does not leave its inherent nature. This is going to be explained in this verse. I have not started explaining. Now I'll start. What are we going to learn in this verse? So, this and the subsequent two verses. So, this is 68, 69, and 70. Three verses is the answer to the second doubt put forth in verse 61. 60 over. 61 now, answer in 68, 69, and 70. So, this and the subsequent two verses are in reply to the disciples' contention that the soul is not eternal, soul is transitory, rather momentary. Transitory to kharu, but transitory bhi, its span is only one moment. The next moment it dies. That was the contention of the argument of the disciple. And the reply in this stanza is based on Anekantvad. I'm not going to go very deep in it, but I need to explain. To understand and experience the beauty of the first line of the verse, I have to give you a little background, 2 minutes. To enjoy, to experience. So, in this stanza, it's based on Anekantvad. And what is Anekantvad? Very, very brief answer I want. Multiplicity of viewpoints. Truth can be grasped from different viewpoints because it's multifaceted, so different. And multiple viewpoints integrated together is the right knowledge of a substance. Simple. Multiplicity of viewpoints. I am going to explore only two main viewpoints, which is not Nishchay and Vyavhar. If anybody felt कि हाथ ऊंचो करीशूं, that's not Nishchay and Vyavhar. So two viewpoints I'll be explaining, which are woven in the first line of this verse. Explain it in brief, and then the next line, which is an example, very, very easy. So one viewpoint is called Dravyarthik viewpoint. बहुत difficult लागे तो नहीं लखो, खाली इनो explanation लग जो. One viewpoint is the viewpoint, the point of view. What is viewed from this point? From this angle, what is viewed? The substance. Meaning the substance and not its state. The existence of the substance is viewed from this viewpoint. And when the soul is viewed from this viewpoint, Dravyarthik nahi, it is seen as constant, always remaining. Over. This viewpoint said, I care a dash of the state of the soul. I don't want to know whether it's childhood or adulthood or old age. I want to know, is this person existing? Baby to gayi, baby mati lady bani gayi. State has changed. But that person is then, I'm going to look at the substance. And I feel the substance is constant in all these stages. So from my viewpoint, my viewpoint is the existential viewpoint. And this existence is eternal. Simple. And the second viewpoint, Paryayarthik viewpoint. So when the truth or when the substance is viewed from this viewpoint, it does not see this existence of the substance. It sees the different state. And when viewed from this viewpoint, it sees that the state of the soul undergoes changes every 3 years. Every moment, kshane kshane palta hai. Kshane kshane. Kshan means moment. Every moment the substance undergoes change. It is noticed only after lot of moments. It is registered after, say, suddenly after 10 years you feel कि अरे हूँ तो बुढ़ी થઈ ગઈ. Just imagine અહીંયા die by ન રાખી હોત ગ્રોસરીમાં તો કેટલા લોકો બુઢા થઈ જાતે. કેટલા લોકો એક વર્ષમાં નથી થયા. ક્ષણે ક્ષણે તમે પલટાતા આ સ્થિતિ થઈ છે. એ તો એક ક્ષણમાં આપણે જુવાન બની જાય છે, જુદી વાત છે. 15 મિનિટ અડધો કલાકમાં તો આપણે એકદમ 20 વર્ષ પાછા ચાલ્યા જાય એકદમ. It undergoes changes. So see the different viewpoints. And we'll learn what is the truth of a substance. So I just can't understand how can the truth of a substance, which can be viewed from so many different viewpoints, can be completely shown in just one line. Complete. Jainism, Dravyanu Yoga, in one line. And Prabhu's style of giving an example, analogy, kahin na kahin to ape. So if you don't understand the first, at least try to understand the second line. You have caught hold of the truth. So beautiful. So, in the first line, what is explained? The true nature of a substance. And especially the soul, because the first word is only Atma. He is interested in Atma, but actually it's the nature of true nature of a substance. And what is a substance? 5 minutes I want to finish the first line. I want to, I didn't say I will. So what is a substance? Collection of attributes and modifications. Simple. Guna paryay. Dravya is gun paryay. Collection of gun and paryay. Attributes and modifications. Every substance has infinite attributes, and all the attributes undergo change every moment. Are you seeing this? But this is remaining, huh? This is remaining, though it is undergoing change. So simple one-liner I want. What is the truth of the substance? Creation, destruction, constancy. तत्वार्थ सूत्र बोलो. उत्पाद, व्यय, द्रव्य. Dhruv means constancy. Utpad, see utpad, creation. Vyay, lay, destruction. So the old state is destroyed. At the same time, the new state is created. Vyay, utpad, and in both this state, the nature of the soul remains constant. With an example, Joilo, and then we go to the second line. When I was doing Jainism, so my professor comes, big blackboard, है ना, MA करता हो तार blackboards जो जाटला मोटा मोटा होए, हाँ. Jainism is equal to permanence with a change. You have to understand, there is permanence if you see from one viewpoint. There is constant change if you see from other viewpoint. But if you integrate both the viewpoints, what do you get? Atma dravya nitya chhe, paryaye paltaye. Exactly what paltaye and what not paltaye. Attributes won't change. It's the unchanging nature of the soul. And state will change. States will modify. Simple, over. One example given in Vachramrut itself, written by Pujya Sri Ambalal Bhai and checked by Param Kripalu Dev. Very nice. Waves in the ocean change constantly, but the ocean does not change. Similarly, old states get destroyed, new states created, but the substance existentially remains constant. Say you have a golden pot and now you decide to make a crown. So when you do that, the golden pot, the form of the golden pot, say the pot, the form of the pot is destroyed. And the form of the crown is created. And in both this, in the destruction and creation, gold remains the same. Simple. Lao ganti lao. કોણ ચલાવશે? કોનામાં હજી તાકાત છે? કોણ થાકી ગયું છે અને કોનામાં તાકાત છે? મૌલિકમાં તાકાત છે. તો કામ અને ઘંટી ચલાવો. This is a substance, this is a true nature of a substance according to Jainism. હવે આ દલવાનું બી છે કાંઈ? હા, કર ને કાંઈ. પછી કિચનમાં આપી દેજે. આ બાજુ પર લઈ લે. What are you seeing? What are you saying? First of all, it's a grinder stone. It's called chakki or ghanti or whatever. And what is Maulikji doing? What is his purpose rather in this? Grinder grains. So he મૂક નાખને એટલે ખબર પડે એ લોકો. પછી કોઈ બહેનોને આવવાનું કહીશ અને ચક્કી નીચે મૂકીશું. You should know the posture also. So what is happening? I can see it's made up of two stones. The lower stone is stationary, it's not moving at all. The upper stone is rotating. and this is called the grinder stone. Is made up of two stones. So if I have to see from the rotating viewpoint, what will I say? It is rotating. If I have to see from the stationary viewpoint, what will I say? It is stationary. And who is right? Both. But how? Okay, no, both is not right. The lower stone is stationary and the upper stone is moving. So he is showing exactly how it is nitya. Dravya nitya che. Only if you see at the substance. If you see the modes or if you see the states, it is not. It is undergoing change. So as you said, both are right, both are not right. If I, from the viewpoint of the lower stone, the answer is only one. So Jainism is not appeasing, aao bachcho sabka, I am going to appease everyone. Even the Buddhists are right, even the Vedanta, no, Buddhists are right. How? Because they are looking only at the upper stone. Vedanta is right, but only from the point of the lower stone. But if you have to explain what is the true nature of the substance, you need the whole first line. Atma dravye nitya che. Dravyati, substance, as a substance it's eternal, not as a state. And the state is not eternal, it undergoes change every moment. See, you all are finding it so clear because તમે બીજું કંઈ વાંચ્યું જ નથી એટલે. If you study other philosophies and all, and you see the substance only from that perspective, somewhere you might overlook. Now, now because of the noise, what do you feel? Ganti chalu che ke stationary che? See, what's happening? What is the impression in your mind? The stones are. This is the exact mistake of the disciple. He accepted the momentariness of the paryaya, but overlooked the eternity of the substance. From this noise, you will say, Ganti chalu che. Ganti. પણ જ્યારે ઘંટી ચાલુ હતી ને ત્યારે બી નીચેનો સ્ટોન તો આમ જ હતો. પાઈ ચાલુ કર, પાછી બંધ કર. No difference to the lower stone. Whatever. If the upper thing is sadhu or the upper thing is shaitan, this remains true to its nature. Whether you are in Shubh Bhav, whether you are in Ashubh Bhav, whether you are in Shuddha Bhav, all that it pertains to the upper layer of the stone, the inherent nature is the same. Permanence with a change. Change is not the absolute reality, as the Buddhist doctrines say. And kutastha, dhruva, unchanging, permanence is also not the absolute reality. Reality is creation, destruction. What is Sat? Creation, destruction and constancy. I think we have done it now. When you practice karyo hoy, to in 5 minutes I'll be finishing, then you can come up and phota bota je padwa hoy padi deju. Because when you will attain Atmagnan, you are going to feel like this. અહીંયા રહેવા દેજો કોઈને ફોટા બોટા પાડે. ના હવે લોકો વેક્સિન લઈને ફોટા પાડે. So Nemiji was telling me yesterday કે આપણે બી અહીંયા એક ફોટો બૂથ રાખીએ, because now all these are wonderful memories and I'm second vaccine લઈને આમ પાછી પાડવા. So એના પરથી મને આઈડિયા આવી કે when you will be experiencing the true nature of the soul, તારે આ ફોટો કામ લાગશે તમને. So this is beautifully explained as a theory, the nature of the substance beautifully explained as a theory in the first line, supported by an example in the second line. So now you understand, being a true Shishya of my Guru, how this giving examples and upmas and comparisons and analogies, ne બધું. It's come from where? From my Guruji. Of course, my audience does not like only such examples. They like mullah's examples and also I give all those also. Because it depends from audience to audience. This Shishya was a nice guy. He did not want hilarious examples and all. He wanted straightforward examples. Day-to-day examples. These examples are also such, they never become outdated. Because after 1,000 years also, there will be instances of childhood, adulthood and old age. There will be that Asi and Myan. If he would have given examples of noodles, at least I didn't know what was noodles when I was in my primary school at least. Secondary school ma to avi gaya tha noodles. Primary school I didn't know what was noodles and all. But examples ana eva che which you will be seeing in day-to-day life. So that's again basically awesome ability mein kahi de du, I'm just proving it or showing my bhakti towards it, whatever. So this conviction is explained beautifully by an example in the second line, very, very simple. Baladi vaya tranyanu 3. So there are some 3 stages he's talking about. Which are the 3 stages? Bal meaning childhood, then second adulthood, and third old age. So baladi vaya tranyanu gnana ekne thaya. Very, very simple. All the 3 stages of childhood, adulthood, old age are known by the same person. Meaning, it is that one embodied soul that undergoes the 3 stages. Embodied boluchu. It undergoes the 3 stages, but remains the same. How are you saying it remains the same? So one experiences that the happenings of the childhood are retained in your memory. Childhood is gone. But that is retained in the memory, remembered. Apne boliye remembered, memory, remembered in youth. All the happenings of the youth are retained in the memory. So childhood is gone. How much ever you loved your childhood, but it is gone. Now you can have a child, but not your childhood. Childhood is gone. But the memories are yet so vivid. Climbing on the tree, the oranges, getting the grapefruits for Bapa, no, Sahibji that time. Right? So all these memories. So if the soul was to get destroyed every moment, then how do you remember of the previous stage? Because that soul has died. And a new soul has been created. But because something is constant, the substance called the soul is constant, and so it retains, remembers. So baladi vaitranyanu gnan ekne thai, which is remaining constant, undergoing the 3 stages. The 3 stages are not of someone else. It's of the embodied soul. So you can say, forget embodied, it is of the soul also. These 3 stages. But of course, it's association with the body, and the body undergoes all that. I don't want to go in that details, but it is of the embodied soul. It undergoes the changes, but remains constant. And so although the states change, they are remembered. Even after the stage has passed, it is remembered, which proves the existence of the soul in all the 3 times. So not by something very difficult, but by very, very simple logic, the Guru proves the existence of the soul, eternity of the soul, and resolves the doubt of the disciple both together. Let's see.
आत्मा द्रव्ये नित्य छे पर्याय पलटाय બાળાદિ વૈતરણ્યનું જ્ઞાન એકને થાય.